my name's Ellie and I'm Stitching Bee here on Flosstube and also over on Instagram. Welcome to my channel all about cross-stitch, crafty bargains and bees. Welcome along to episode number 14. It's lovely to see you all again. As you can see, I've kind of got some of my Easter decor out, which is exciting. And spring is definitely here. The sun's out in Glasgow today and yeah, it's been wonderful weather recently and I hope you're getting the same. So today I have lots for you as always. I'm going to do a couple of shout outs to begin with. I'm going to show you my FFOs, of which there are 2. I'm going to show you a finish, which those 3 were also new starts, so it's been a busy month. I haven't worked on any whips, but I've got some plans for April, and I've also got some PDF haul and some regular haul, as you would expect, because I can't help myself. Even though, to be fair, March was the best month I've had in terms of haul. I've not gone overboard, but yeah, I just can't resist. It's just a problem, but it's fine. At the end of the video, I'm going to do a book flip through of this lovely little book called Hearts, Birds and Flowers by Susan Bates. So that'll be at the end. First of all, I'm going to do a couple of shout outs. First of all, I'd like to shout out Lindsay, who's new to Flosstube. Her channel name is Stitchy Magic 111. She's got 2 videos out just now, and the second one was, you know, just as brilliant as the first, and I highly recommend her. She's got some lovely projects, so go and check her out. And then Tatiana from Heritage Stitching. I've watched her for quite a while, but I feel like her floss tubes are a little bit different to other ones that I watch, and I really enjoy seeing her tours of different cross-stitch shops all across the world. She's Ukrainian and shows some wonderful heritage stitching from Ukraine, which is always fascinating to learn about. And yeah, she's just really interesting and has got so much to show. So I feel like I've learnt a lot from her. So I just wanted to pass that one on. Then I've got a couple of people I want to mention from Instagram. So the first being Herbie Dutchy. I saw her fabulous finish or FFO of Cottage Garden Peacock. She finished it in I think it was a thrifted circular frame, and it looked absolutely fantastic. So go and give her a follow on Instagram. Mad Mary too, just want to say thank you to her for sending me a link to another bee pattern. Always appreciate that. And I'm probably not going to say this right, Vivici Fernandez, who recommended Colourfully Sarah to me, Colourfully Sarah is a cross-stitch designer, and she's just released an amazing bee pattern, which I have purchased, which you will see in PDF for later on. So thank you for alerting me to that. And to Jana Glosson, who has an amazing Instagram page with so many different finishes and FFOs, and yeah, lots of inspiration to be had on there. So go and give her a follow as well. Right, so now we'll just quickly go over the statistics for my March stitching. March wasn't a great month for me stitching because I kind of lost my stitchy bug at the start of the month, but I feel it's well and truly back, and yeah, I just corrected that with doing lots of new starts and ignoring all my whips. But you know, it did the trick. So all in all, I stitched for 20 days and I had 3 new starts, all of which are finishes or FFOs. So I've got 2 FFOs and 1 finish to show you. And as I say, I haven't worked on any whips. Right, so should we just get started on the FFOs then? Why not? So these are kind of hot off the press, only finished them the other day, but I'm really delighted to show you these. So the first one I have is a design by Doreen Jones, and it's 4 little patterns. It's called Tiny Sheep. So here's the print off. This was a little chart I bought from her Etsy shop. So you've got 4 different sheep patterns. I want to stitch 3 of them. So this one, and this one. I'm not as keen on that one. And they're just really cute little patterns that you can finish super quick, stitch up really nicely, and yeah, I'm going to be, well, I did say that I was going to have them FFO'd and put them in my leaf bowl, but that's not quite happened because one of them I wanted to stitch as a gift for my aunt. So I've done the gift, and the leaf bowl will happen at some point. So I will show you this. So the first one I'm going to show you, is this little one here. It's a sheep with a hat on. I mean, wow. and I've made this into a little flat fold, and here she is. So I'm really chuffed with this. I used one of Pfeiffer's tutorial to make a flat fold, which I followed many times before, but I just amended it a little bit to make sure that the sheep was finished, you know, as a circular shape and then stuck onto the flat fold. So yeah, I followed the tutorial exactly of how to make the physical flat fold. Give it a spin there. So I'll zoom in on the stitching. So really cute little stitch. I stitched this on 32 count Sky linen and used DMC thread. And then basically I interfaced it and laced it onto mountain board in a circular shape and glued that onto my finished flat fold structure. And then used some 21st Century Yarns variegated purple chenille trim to stick around the circle. And then I've also used the same trim, which is gorgeous with the different shading of purple, all around the top and the sides and the bottom of the flat fold. And it's got a lovely little ribbon which allows it to stand up by itself. And this gorgeous purple fabric is one that I purchased fairly recently from Hobbycraft, so they might possibly still have it, but I think it's absolutely beautiful. And it's only teeny tiny, like it just sits on the palm of my hand quite nicely. I'm trying to give you, okay, so that's my hand there, so it's about the size of my palm really. It's really cute. So I'm going to send this off shortly and yeah, gift it to my wonderful auntie. Just keep smiling at it. Went to the park today to get it photographed. Because it's nice to have some natural daylight and some sunshine to photograph my fully finished pieces. So that's Tiny Sheep. And then whilst I'm here, I guess I might as well show you the other one that I finished but not fully finished. So this is another little design out of that pattern, and that's the sheep with the little flower. Again, exactly the same linen, stitched with DMC thread, and I'm not entirely sure how I'm going to finish this one, but I do want to make it into a little pillow. But it's just trying to find a way to fully finish it, because I quite like the circular shape, so I'm going to have a think about how to make that into a pillow that's circular but that will stand up itself, that will fit my leaf bowl. Yeah, it's a work in progress. But yeah, so that's a little finish of that one. Oh, so adorable. There's actually so many colours in them though, to create that wonderful effect with the different flowers, but I think it's worth it for the detail that you see in the design and just kind of minimal back stitch. So yeah, finished really quickly. So the next fully finished object I have to show you, which as I say was also a new start this, well, back in March, is Mouse's Strawberry Jam. I've just called it Strawberry Mouse. And it is a gorgeous pattern by Tiny Modernist, which I purchased from her website. See there? And I love the way she'd fully finished this with the gingham fabric, so I've kind of stuck with that idea. I believe this model is stitched with all the variegated threads, but I've just used regular DMC. So drum roll please. I'll show you my fully finish of her. And this is it. So I have stitched her with DMC thread, as I say, on a 32 count blush pink linen by Zweigart. I have interfaced her and laced her onto some mount board, and if you were watching my Instagram story you will have seen that that was the sneak peek of this FFO. I showed the back with my lacing, and I have then made the flat fold just as I did with the other one, and then made some green kind of variegated cording that I thought complemented it quite nicely, and glued that around the edge. Got this gorgeous gingham fabric from eBay. Let me just remember who the seller was. I think it was Oh So Crafty. Oh So Crafty Limited on eBay. And then I have used this gorgeous red chenille trim again around the whole edge of the piece, and that is from Create Nostalgia. And then I made my own bow, which I was really chuffed with. I used the tutorial on YouTube. There's quite a lot that you can find. And it was actually much easier than I thought it would be. The hardest bit was trying to use a lighter to seal the edges so it doesn't fray. Did set a few bows on fire, so I got it third time. I was a bit more cautious the next time, and I did it over the sink so I could just, yeah, easily put any flames out. But yeah, it's quite a hazard of the job of these FFOs. But yeah, so I thought the bow complemented it nicely with the red gingham fabric, and the fabric is the same on the back. And you can see it from the side. And then I've used this red ribbon that I had in my stash to allow it to stand up. And this is a belated Mother's Day gift for my mum. It's going to probably be more of an Easter gift, but that's okay. And yeah, I hope she enjoys it. She makes a lot of jams and chutneys herself, so I thought this was just perfect. It's mainly raspberry jam that she makes, but I thought I couldn't resist this pattern. And she makes so many wonderful cakes as well. She's well known for her Victoria sponge, so I thought this was just perfect. And I love the little mouse with the pink apron on. It's so cute. Oh, a pink dress and a little white apron. Really adorable. Just minimal detailing with some backstitch. I added a little to all the strawberries. In the design there was just a couple of strawberries that had the little black backstitch detail, but I just wanted to make sure they all stood out. And you can just about see the white on here. I was a bit worried it was going to disappear, but I feel like it stands out enough that you can still see it okay. And I love the gingham effect that's on the jam jar as well, and I felt this echoed it nicely with the fabric. So that is my FFO of the one I have called Strawberry Mouse, but as I say, it's called Mouse's Strawberry Jam on Tiny Modernist's website. So yes, really chuffed with that one. And as I said, I've already shown you my other finish, which was that other tiny sheep piece. And then I'll show you my final new start, which again is a gift. I just, felt the need to give all these gifts recently, but that's fine. So this one is from a vintage style cross stitch, like one of those kind of magazine books that you sometimes get. And this is the design from Leslie Thier. And it's this gorgeous lavender crop with the little bee. And I'm stitching this for a really wonderful lady who is my partner's, well, very removed cousin, but she has a lavender farm down in Cornwall, and I met her for the first time a few weeks ago. I'll link her Instagram page down below. I believe she has a farm shop and kind of does teas and coffees and scones and all the wonderful things that you would love to have at a lavender farm. And I think she does events as well, but yeah, it's an expanding business and she's just a wonderful person. So I wanted to send her a little gift, and I thought what better than a little lavender stitch. So I have, let me just get my board. I was hoping to get it done by the end of March, but I'm just not quite finished. I've just got the back stitch to do, but hopefully it'll be finished sooner rather than later. I am stitching this on a 32 count lavender fabric. I thought the name was very apt and the colour's perfect for it. And oh, it's so beautiful. As you know, I love purple, and I think the purples in this are just beautiful. It's 3 different purples that are used within each lavender stem, and then it's 2 different greens, so one for the stem and one for the leaves. The pattern had a few bits where you didn't stitch it. I don't know if you can see it so well on there, where there's some green leaves that aren't stitched, and they've stitched this on a kind of cream fabric, so it doesn't look too bad. But I thought because I've used a lavender, it might look a bit strange if I didn't do the rest of the green, so I have stitched all the leaves, and I'm just in the case of back stitching them. I've already outlined the little bee there and done the French knots for the antenna. And yeah, I I'm not 100% sure how I'm going to FFO this yet. I'm either going to do another flat fold and do it on a really nice dark green fabric with a purple cording, or a purple fabric and a green cording. I haven't yet decided. Or I might frame it, because I have got a lot of frames. You'll have to wait and see. And I'll have to wait and see, because often I don't really know until I just get stuck in and do it. So yeah, really chuffed with this. Love it on the fabric and kind of want to keep it for myself. But I did promise that I was going to gift it. So that is what's going to happen. And that'll be winging its way to Cornwall at some point. Now we'll move on to my plans for April stitching, and I have a couple of fun ideas. So I'll get to the main idea in a minute, but I want to show you a whip that I'd like to try and finish this month if I can. And it is called April Showers Bring May Flowers, and it's by the Geeky Stitching Company, and was one of my starts from Mania last year. And I don't know why I haven't finished it. I think I've just got sidetracked with other projects, but hopefully it won't take too long to finish so I can get it up for May. I'll put a picture in of what it's going to look like. And it is such a cute pattern. And as per Charlie Feathers and Kim at Stitchy Squirrels, I'm going to do a rainbow umbrella rather than the one that's, I'm going to say prescribed. That's not the right word. I've been at work too much. The one that's charted. So I'm going to do that. So this is my progress on it so far. So I've got most of the frog done, and it's all the little flowers to do, and obviously the main umbrella. But it's just so cute, and I love how his mouth is like way up here, his little cute eyes. So again, stitching this on a 32 count sky linen with DMC thread. So I'm hoping to get that one finished for May. That would be fun, wouldn't it? Right, my next idea is to, as I mentioned before, is to finish the lavender piece. So hopefully I'll have that FFO'd either framed or as a flat fold for you next time. And my other plan, which I hope I can live up to what I'm gonna suggest, but I really want to try and do some tutorials on finishing things and trying to finish things in, I guess, different ways than, you know, your flat fold, your pillows, your framed pieces. I want to try and make some more kind of three-dimensional objects, which is easier said than done. But I have bought, which I showed you last time, a wooden egg, which Sue's Knots and Crosses has now gone and bought one, I think, from Hobbycraft as well. And I want to try and put some cross stitch onto that egg and film my process of doing that. So my plan is to make an Easter egg with me throughout the month of April. So I'm not sure how I'm going to actually do it. Again, haven't really given it that much thought, but I've got a couple of patterns in mind, and I'll hopefully take you through the whole process from start to finish of how I pick my fabric, how I pick, well, the threads I'll be using DMC threads, but how I decide what pattern's going to fit on the egg, and then basically just show you my thought process. And it's up to you whether you want to watch it or not. I'll probably share some bits on Instagram, maybe do a couple of reels. Yeah, just try and film it. We'll see. So yeah, I don't want to make too many promises and it not live up to expectations, but that was kind of my idea. That I thought it's kind of Easter themed and might be a nice idea to show you an alternative finishing technique. And we'll just kind of work it out as we go along. So that's my plan for April. So now we'll go and do some PDF haul. The first design I'm going to talk about is called Luna Fox, and I purchased these designs from her website, but I think she might possibly have an Etsy shop as well. And I've got loads of her designs already, and she does lots of little designs that can be charted as postage stamps, which I think is a genius idea. Means it's a quick finish, and also there's quite a lot of detail within them, and they're really, really cute and would be great as gifts or to have them all displayed together or whatever you really fancy. So I love the Japanese inspired designs, so this is what I bought. So the first one I want to show you is called Sakura Japan postage stamp, and I adore cherry blossoms. I just think they're absolutely beautiful. I want to stitch all the patterns with cherry blossom in them, and I think it just reminds you of spring and just that kind of start of a new season, and yeah, it's wonderful. I love it. So I really hope to get that one stitched up in the not too distant future. I think it's adorable. And then the next one is Mount Fuji, Japan. It's called Mount Fuji, Japan postage stamp. And again, absolutely beautiful. Love the pinks in this. And I've got a little kind of Japanese inspired display in my flat that I like to embellish with things I find along the way that I really like. A lot of them have that cherry blossom again on them, so I thought that would be a really nice complementary pattern to the Sakura one. Next, I'm going to mention again is Jess from the Geeky Stitching Company. Basically, I saw her Instagram post about the mini snips that she was selling, the little scissors, and I thought, oh, I need to get some of them. And then I thought, well, I can't just buy those. So I thought I'll buy a couple of patterns as well that I've seen that she's released recently. So the first one is Croissant My Heart. Really fun kind of pun piece that I thought would make a really cute little pillow. And it's 2 croissants with a heart, as the name suggests. And then the next one is Chicken Amongst the Daffodils. And I think this has been one of her most popular patterns. I saw that she'd said that on Instagram this morning. And you can see why, because it's lots of little hens and chicks. And it's just so bright and colourful, great for spring. And it's just wonderful. I love it. And then to complement that, I've got Goose Amongst the Tulips. And I love tulips, as you can see. My wonderful partner bought me those the other day. And I thought the goose, yeah, contrasting with the brightness of the tulips looked absolutely fabulous. So I'm going to stitch that one up as well. So that's all the PDF haul from her website. Next, as I mentioned previously, Colourfully Sarah is a new cross-stitch designer to me, but she has just blown it out the park with this gorgeous bee design that she's recently released. She was selling it as a kit, or is still selling it as a kit, but I think it's actually sold out now. Or you can buy the PDF, and I bought the PDF, and I think it's so colourful. Got purples in it, loads of bees. It's wonderful, really cheery. Yeah, go and check out her website as well. Many wonderful patterns on there. And then last but not least is Doreen Jones. So she had an Etsy sale in her shop. And I feel like I always end up buying something from the sales because they're 50% off. Incredible prices for such amazing patterns. So what I bought this time was Winter Sheep Pot, which I'd probably make into a cross-stitch drum. And it's lots of sheep with their little woolly hats on, and obviously winter themed, and I think it's so sweet. And then the next one, I've got a lot of her ornament charts already, so I had to add the new one to the collection, and it's called Bird Among Flowers Heart Ornament. And again, really beautiful. And I love that a lot of Doreen Jones's designs are a bit different. They have elements of hardanger and cut work that really add the kind of detail and intrigue to them. So I really do want to have a go at finishing some of her ornaments this year, because I've had them on my list of wanting to do them for so long. I've just not quite got around to it. Brace yourselves for another box of haul. Again, all bargains that I found along the way, and a couple of kind of bricks and mortar shops that I want to mention for you to go and check out for, you know, your haberdashery and wool needs as well as cross stitch. So the first one I want to show, I believe, was a purchase from eBay. It's a Weekenders counter cross stitch kit, and it's called Welcome Cottage. And if you've watched me for any length of time, you know that I love a cottage pattern. So I would stitch this without the welcome part and make it into a little pillow. And this is the full kit. I believe it was published in, it was made in the USA. I think I read somewhere it was 1997, but I might have read that on something else. It's a really gorgeous kit, and I can't wait to stitch that one. And then I found a Janelin kit, which I really liked, and I was just totally drawn to this. This was a Vinted find, and again, would not stitch the welcome part, but love the bird with all the flowers. And I plan to stitch this on black because I think the colours would really, really pop. And look at them, they're so vibrant and gorgeous. So yeah, that's a plan for the future, to stitch that on black. That doesn't say the date on it, but it's a Janelin kit. And then this one was a great find that I got from Facebook Marketplace for a really reasonable price, because as the tag suggests, normally it's around £40, and yeah, this was like half that, so really excited by this. So this is Japanese Garden. This is a dimensions kit that is still in print. I believe Hobbycraft sell it, so sometimes you can look out for it on their Black Friday sales when they do half price kits. So I say by dimensions, really beautiful, so idyllic, and as I say, I love any Japanese inspired patterns. And this has got some wonderful cherry blossom, and I love the reflection in the water, that little bridge. Oh, it's beautiful. It reminds me of Benmore Botanic Gardens. Is it yeah, Benmore Botanic Gardens on Dunoon has a lovely Japanese inspired area to it that it reminds me of that. So look at the colours in it. Oh, those pinks, absolutely beautiful. Really love that one. So yeah, it's still readily available if you're interested, and I believe it's got a 16 count Ada within it, but I'll change up the fabric and stitch it on some even weave. Right, continuing on the cottage idea, this is a lovely little cottage magnet kit. Again, I got off Vinted, everything within the kit, and it kind of reminded me a little bit of the Sleeping Beauty cottage. I don't know why, but that was lovely. Called Tudor Cottage. I went to some of the charity shops in the south side of Glasgow. Didn't get a huge amount, but I did find this adorable little frame that I thought was really perfect for a mini little finish. I love how ornate it is, so it's just trying to find the right project to go in there. But really chuffed with that one. As you know, I'm not really a knitter or a crocheter or anything else, but I can't resist nice bright coloured wool when I see it. So this is a beautiful, it's like literally all my favourite colours in one ball of wool. I love purples and I love blues. So this is Giggles wool by Wendy, colour WG06, and I bought this from my local cross stitch shop, Hearts and Stitches in Greenock, and she's got quite a few different colourways with the variegated wool. And then this I bought from Home Bargains, and it's gorgeous pinks. That's part of the Sarah Ashford range ombre yarn. So I'm not sure what I'm going to do with them yet. I would like to get into crochet at some point, but really like this wool. Also in some of the charity shops in Govan in Glasgow, I found some little fabric offcuts. So I got this map of Europe I thought would be great for the back of a pillow. I got some little polka dot fabric, heart fabric, and then I think this was probably like a napkin or something because it's all serged around the edges. But I had a look and it is linen, and I think I can possibly cross stitch on it. I haven't actually measured the count of it, but I love the depth of colour that you get with it. So I thought for 50p, I'll give it a go. And then in that same shop, so it's called Magpie's Nest. Magpie's Nest and Magpie's Eye, they're like my two favourite charity shops in Govan. They've got lots of little collectible things and yeah, loads of hidden gems. So this was a book that I bought from there called Needlepoint Samplers, and obviously I don't do needlepoint but I do cross stitch, and I thought this book could be easily, the patterns could be easily translated into cross stitch instead. So that one with the pink I quite liked, but the main one that I really liked was this bird one. Again with the vibrant pink. I thought that was absolutely beautiful. So that's why I bought that. Can't resist for £1. This is a kit from eBay, which I think I saw on Facebook Marketplace to begin with, but it had already sold unfortunately, so I had to track it down. I was like, I need it now. And this is called Cottage Row, and it is a Village England kit by Derwent Water Designs. I think these are probably out of print now, but I love the detail in that with, again, the blossom trees. You can see the theme of things I'm drawn to, and the gorgeous thatched cottage. And I love the idea of stitching this on a dark green or a dark navy blue and finishing it into a cross stitch drum. Wouldn't that be amazing? So that's my idea for Cottage Row. I just fell in love with it as soon as I saw it. I was like, I need it. Next we have some fabric again that I bought from one of the charity shops for 50p. And look at it, it's absolutely beautiful. Amazing for like a bag or a pillow or something. But it's budgies, again with the pink blossom on there. Really lovely. Absolutely love that fabric. What else have we got in here? Sorry, it is a lot of fabric. This I think I got from, I went to the Creative Craft Show, the one that I go to twice a year at the Hydro in Glasgow. And I don't really buy much, but I do get a couple of fabrics and bits and bobs for finishing. So I got this gorgeous thistle fabric with the lovely bees. And it's purple, so you can see why I like it. These ones I ordered online, I think I saw Pauline from Sobe Bags was selling a bag, I think it was her, selling a bag with this fabric or something similar. So I tracked it down because I really like it. And it's a Lewis and Irene fabric. I also got the hexagons, the kind of honeycomb idea on the blue and the honeycomb idea on the purple. So that's just some finds from eBay. And then these other ones I got from the craft fair. So gorgeous one with all kind of sewn supplies. Love this, it's like embroidery fabric. Well, it's like an embroidered piece that's been kind of photographed and printed on fabric. And then look at this kind of Japanese inspired one with the cranes. Oh, it's got like bits of gold in it. I really love that. Right, oh, these are the mini snips. Ah, look how cute they are. These are from the Geeky Stitching Company, and you can just take that little top bit off. I mean, like, they're literally not even the size of my palm. They're tiny. I couldn't resist them in this hot pink colour. So they've got the little bit that you can just then pop over there and make them safe. So actually, I meant to ask, so anybody in Canada or the kind of New York area, I was wondering if you could help me with some suggestions of kind of cross stitch or fabric shops or embroidery shops or anything that might be in the area for me to visit, because I'm going to Canada at the start of May and I'm going to New York for a wedding at the start of June. So I just wondered if anybody had any suggestions or ideas of places that might be in a kind of reasonable distance for me to travel to. We're staying in Toronto in Canada and staying near the World Trade Center, I think, in New York. So anything kind of in that vicinity, happy to travel a little bit. But we haven't got a huge amount of time there. It's just a week for each. Because I say we've got weddings to go to. So any advice or ideas would be greatly appreciated. Or even just places to eat. Happy for that as well. Because I've never been before, so really looking forward to that. Right, sorry, back on track. This is a little frame that I got from Primark, as you can see. Primark Home is knocking it out of the park at the moment. I don't know what they've done, but everything I just love. I have to, yeah. I thought this was really cute. Lovely, and it was what, $3.50 for a small little kind of ceramic-y frame. This was a little fan that I found in the local charity shop. So really, I guess they're meant to stand up like that. There's two different ones, and it says, "If friends were flowers, I pick you," and "Friendship is like sunshine, it keeps us warm and helps us grow." But I didn't see them like this. I saw them like this with the twine on them and thought, oh my god, this looks like a luggage tag. And then I thought, oh, I can use this side and I can put cross stitch on it. Got so excited. So they're only like £2 each, so I thought they are great finishing tools. Absolutely adore them. Don't know where I'm going to put them on them yet, but I'll find something. This was a little exclusive kit from the World of Cross Stitch magazine, which I subscribed to, little Margaret Sherry one. Really adorable. And then I've just got a couple of books, and that's pretty much it. So this is Marie Barber's 515 Inspirational Cross Stitch Designs. And again, it's just lots of little kind of motif designs that are really nice. Again, really, from the charity shop, really reasonable price. Oh, I think it was this one that I really liked. Again, it's a pink pink tree with roses on it. And then I got this one, which is the Creative Guide to Cross Stitch. I think it's the Women's Institute. Yeah, Women's Institute. And which one was it? I think it was one at the back. Well, this one. I really love that. It looks like it's been stitched either on a very large fabric and there's quite a lot of, you know, you can see through it, that looks kind of almost a little bit faded, or they've stitched with one strand instead of two. But I thought, imagine stitching that with the two strands on a smaller fabric and really, you know, I think those colours would pop wonderfully. I really like that. And then the other one I quite liked was this greenhouse. Whoops. That was gorgeous. And these little geese as well. And there was a cottage. Yes, this one. Cottage. That also sold it to me. So that was one I found in the charity shop. This was again from a little D-stash. So it was 3 kings. I thought that was really nice. Great one for Christmas. That was from Vinted. And then I also got these biscornus. So just a moment. Little charts called Carnation Biscornu. Really pretty. And Thistle Biscornu. I'll stitch it on a different fabric colour, but love the purples in that. Oh, and then as I've been to Inverary Castle, I got this one. I always think it looks like a princess castle. It's really beautiful. Well worth a visit if you ever get to go. And this is a full kit, which I got from Vinted, and it's a Heritage Collection one by Susan Ryder. Really detailed, gorgeous. A lot of grey stitching though. We're not going to be so keen on that. And then it's just a couple more books. Cross Stitch Garden. Love the berries in this. Absolutely gorgeous. Really pretty. Kind of delicate designs, and I'll do a flip through of that another time. And then Quaker Samplers, which again is a book that I've seen on Cross Stitch Sarah's Flosstube channel. She did a flip through of it a couple of videos ago, so go and check that out if you want to see what's inside here. And that is all the haul. Not quite as much as normal, but yeah, still a substantial amount. So now we're going to do a quick book flip through of this lovely book, Hearts, Birds and Flowers by Susan Bates. And as always, I'll show you the wonderful designs that are in it. So let's see if we can do... Okay, so I think I'll just be able to show you the front of it. So the first one is this lovely bouquet of flowers. And then these are the other designs. With those little birds there as well. Lots of wonderful pink ones with the hearts. Like that little house that's in the heart. Lovely little designs there. And then these are all the floral ones. The little lavender and the rose. Fuchsia. More flowers down the bottom. Little blossom, orchid. Lots of lovely ones. And then here are all the birds. Amazing flamingo. Yes, I think it's maybe a kingfisher. Budgie. Really like this one too. That amazing peacock in the corner there. I think that's it. So the rest of it's charts, so I can't really show you, but that's a kind of nutshell of everything that's within the book. That's the back page. I think I bought this off Vinted, but I'm sure you can find it on Amazon or kind of second-hand book retailer. So yeah. So that's everything I have to show you today. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you to all my new subscribers. There's been a couple of you, and to all my pre-existing subscribers. I'm grateful every time for you coming back and watching and commenting down below. I'm not too far off 1,000 subscribers. I'm about 969, I think I'm at the moment. So I would absolutely love it if by next month, if at all possible, which will be about 1 year of me being on Flosstube, that I might be able to reach that magic 1,000 subscribers. I do have a couple of giveaways in mind, if that encourages anybody. When I do get to the 1,000 subscribers, I've got a Rendale calendar to give away, as well as a little dimensions kit, so, and a couple of other bits. So I'd be really grateful if you don't already, if you could subscribe, and yeah, you'll be notified of any new videos I post, and you can see how well the make it a cross stitch egg works out for me. So yeah, be really grateful for that. Thank you so much for watching. Take care, enjoy this wonderful sunshine, and happy stitching. Bye for now.